James Madison University has a long tradition of supporting small, women, and minority-owned businesses. The university's Supplier Diversity Initiative, or SWAM program, as you may have heard it called, is core to what we do here at JMU. Implemented by the Commonwealth of Virginia, it is intended to support businesses that are the backbone of our state and local economy. To be clear, businesses aren't awarded contracts simply for being certified. They have to be competitive as well. The program is meant to support marketing efforts of competitive small, women, and minority-owned businesses. Supporting them with our procurements means that their businesses can grow, resulting in a multiplier effect on our overall economy. SWAM growth results in job opportunities, increased salaries, and business growth that ultimately contribute to an increased tax base for Virginia and closer here at home in the Valley. Increased revenue for Virginia means increased funding opportunities for programs, agencies, and schools just like ours. The program directly supports the university's overall mission and upholds values such as community, diversity, excellence, and integrity. Our leadership is committed to the efforts of supporting SWAM businesses, and that commitment translates into the way we do business.
We often discuss the university's efforts with regard to the diversity of faculty and staff on one hand and students on the other. Business partner diversity is the unsung third leg to our diversity program's three-legged stool. As a state university, we must do our fair share in making sure that small, woman-owned and minority-owned businesses have an opportunity to provide needed goods and services. I hope that you will always look for the best value in regard to your procurement decisions. This includes considering not only price and service, but how we might partner with small, woman-owned and minority-owned businesses in our procurements. Many businesses in Virginia and right here in our local community are in fact small, woman-owned or minority-owned businesses. As we work to further our efforts in being an engaged university, we should consider how JMU is one of the strongest economic partners in the Valley region and in the Commonwealth. The university helps to create jobs, nurtures new businesses, and supports existing companies. We play a key role in advancing economic development. Small, woman-owned and minority-owned businesses are proven to be the backbone of the Commonwealth's economic growth, and our inclusion of those businesses in our purchasing decisions has great meaning. Our university will continue to get better and stronger as we become more inclusive in all of our policies and practices. This requires our collective effort and attention. I appreciate your time and consideration and look forward to working with all of you to making JMU an even more welcoming and inclusive environment.
The Supplier Diversity Program in the Commonwealth isn't new. 2004 and 2020 disparity studies commissioned by the Commonwealth of Virginia found that agencies within the Commonwealth did not make a bulk of their purchases from SWAM businesses. A former governor was once quoted, "A small business really represents the dream come true of the owner." That individual has dared to take a risk and open up a small business. In doing so, they employ their fellow citizens, add needed revenue to state and local coffers, and strengthen the fabric of their communities. We need a resurgence of this entrepreneurial spirit in the Commonwealth. The SWAM program in the Commonwealth requires each agency to submit a yearly SWAM plan with goals for the percentage of expenditures in each of the different categories. The president of the university approves our SWAM plan each year. Some agencies are required to set aside all orders under $10,000 to SWAM certified vendors, unless they can document that there is not sufficient availability. At JMU, we don't follow this prescriptive practice. However, all campus purchasers will seek to utilize existing contracts or small, women, or minority-owned businesses before purchasing from non-contract, non-SWAM businesses. We are still committed to meeting and exceeding the overall goal submitted to comply with management standards and our Level 3 management agreement with the Commonwealth.
Dove Medical Supply is a family-owned business. We are based out of Summerfield, North Carolina, and we are a medical distribution company. We sell medical and laboratory supplies to school systems, the Department of Defense, and any healthcare facility that is in need of any kind of product. Dove Medical decided to become SWAM certified because we noticed that it was so hard to compete with these larger businesses. And as woman-owned business, we wanted to get out there, we wanted to try, we wanted to help people. So we knew that by getting the SWAM certification, we would have an opportunity that most businesses normally would not have competing with these larger competitors. So far, SWAM certification has helped us because it was really how we got our start here. We had no sales at the time when we became SWAM certified, maybe an order or two, and it suddenly opened up all these doors.
Yeah, so our relationship got established with JMU through the nursing lab here. I called up to a colleague of mine up here, and she needed to see some medical supplies, and we made the bid and we got the order, and I came up here, and she referred me to procurement, and procurement referred me to athletics, and before I knew it, we were all around the university.
And suddenly we were getting calls from other universities who heard about our service, who heard about how quick we respond to customer requests and the extra mile that we go for our customers. And it's really, really helped expand that. I feel that if you provide that good quality and the good customer service that we provide, customers will also do those steps for you by recommending you to other places.
Vendors have to certify with the Department of Small Business and Supplier Diversity to be counted as a SWAM vendor. The certification is free and lasts for 5 years. The process is simple for a small business with the submission of only a few supporting documents. To classify as small, a vendor must be independently owned and operated, have fewer than 250 employees, or average less than $10 million in annual gross receipts. Businesses that qualify as small also have the opportunity to receive an additional designation if they qualify. The micro designation is for businesses that have no more than 25 employees and no more than $3 million in average annual revenue over the 3-year period prior to their certification. A woman or minority-owned business must be 51% owned and controlled by one or more women or minorities. The women and minority-owned firm certification process is more substantial because they have to prove the business is 51% owned and controlled by a woman or minority.
Positive Pressure is a pressure washing company as well as a building and structure cleaning services company. So as a new business, we didn't delay our SWAM certification. We got into it right away, and the effects were, quite honestly, just about immediate. We were able to win business right away and some really cool projects that we wouldn't have had access to because we simply wouldn't have known that the need was there. So we've done a lot of projects at James Madison University. We started off at the football stadium, Bridgeforth Stadium, doing washdowns after the football games. And that built into other projects where renovations were coming in. Duke Dog Tunnel, we were actually asked to come in and blast all of the paint off of the tunnel and get it prepped for a new coat. And so in doing all of these projects, we stayed in constant contact. We were able to exceed expectations, and our customer at JMU was really happy. So as far as our growth over the last year, our connections with SWAM and with James Madison University have quite honestly catapulted the business. We nearly doubled in the last year, and more than that, half of that revenue from last year or the projects that we were on were tied to the university. And some of the additional work that we're doing now has been a piggyback or a direct result of our relationships from James Madison with other universities hearing and getting word about what services we can do.
Procurement Services oversees the SWAM program on campus. Newsletters, vendor fairs, the vendor sourcing guide, and EVA procurement user group meetings are just some of the ways procurement shares information on potential vendors with campus. We also regularly attend outreach events across the state to learn about new businesses and to share the opportunities available at JMU with SWAM vendors. Procurement also works closely with the prime construction contractors to ensure that they meet the supplier diversity goals agreed upon for each project on campus. Beyond the yearly SWAM plan, the university reports on a quarterly basis to the Commonwealth on SWAM expenditures. At the end of the year, the Commonwealth's administration can clearly see whether the expected goals were achieved. The current executive order has a goal of 42% spend with SWAM businesses. It is a challenging yet achievable goal so long as everyone on campus helps to do their part in working to that end. JMU has been able to meet this goal and has traditionally exceeded this target, thanks to everyone's commitment to the program. JMU department personnel can find SWAM vendors through the Department of Small Business and Supplier Diversity website, EVA searches, and the staff and procurement services. Procurement works hard to establish contracts with SWAM vendors across all commodities. This not only helps with our SWAM spend, but also ensures great discounts and should streamline purchasing decisions for campus end users. Procurement Services pursues the goal of increasing the amount of business done with SWAM firms by providing information to departments about the goods and services offered by SWAM vendors, by ensuring SWAM firms receive solicitations, and by awarding contracts that include SWAM firms. While Procurement Services oversees the program, you are a key player in its success. Here are some ways you can contribute. 1. Always look for a SWAM vendor to do business with before making a purchase. 2. Don't be afraid to try a different vendor. There are many options out there. Don't hesitate to contact Procurement Services if you would like help finding a SWAM vendor. 3. Spread the word. Encourage others to try SWAM vendors. Remind those that ask you to place orders to consider SWAM vendors. If you have a SWAM vendor you enjoy doing business with, share the news. You could tell others in your area or submit comments to procurement for inclusion in our newsletter. 4. Encourage businesses you work with to pursue SWAM certification with the Commonwealth of Virginia. Even if we are using a SWAM vendor, we cannot count them in our reporting if they aren't certified. The process is free. We want to continue to create and foster partnerships that represent us in the community in which we live, work, and serve. Be a part of it.